Alright folks, welcome back to Rauta's Assassin's Creed Shadow stream, and don't know really what to say except that another stream today, and let me see, about an hour. I was supposed to be here a little bit earlier, but you know how it is sometimes. Time flies and suddenly you are all too busy. So here we are. Now, my excuse is that a lot of lots of Christmas preparing is to be done. You probably can guess how it is. Not much of a Christmas person myself, but you know, family stuff and all. Meaning there are lot of things to do, packing, cleaning, all that stuff. So time to relax a little bit and enjoy a little me time, so to say, with the gaming and all.
Finally, winter is officially here. Now we're one step closer to spring.
Hey, I'm happy to hear that, Dixon. Sounds good. Here, unfortunately, it's still more like late fall, meaning that we really don't have, for example, snow here. It tried a little bit snowing today, but nah. It felt more like that the gods of weather were more like, hey, fuck you, this was more like a teaser than anything else. So it's still something like, not properly getting ready for winter and all. Hello, J Killers. Nice to have you here as always. Hello, Gyrolam. How are you doing? What can I say is about this year that it's pretty much done by now. Meaning I'm mentally already in January. You know, all things considered, videos for the rest of the year are done. I'm mostly done also for my top 10 albums of the year. Final chances for some late coming album to arrive and see if they can make to the top 10 list. Hello, Freedom Frog. So it's been exciting, especially these last few weeks, because a few weeks ago I was thinking, okay, I'm pretty much like done. There are not too many albums coming out anymore, so it seems like the albums for this year are already sent here and all that stuff. Now, about a week ago maybe, I got something like 5 parcels, like a big vinyl box and then some, and I was like, okay, my review pile suddenly went something like from 30 to 50. I kid you not, this was like within a couple of days basically. I got like something like 20 more albums. So it was a little bit 50 plus recently. I've been, downing the pile, making more reviews, and now I'm about 49 or whatever. And again, today I just picked 3 parcels, 2 from the mailbox, 1 from the post office. I haven't even opened the parcels yet, but I will do it tomorrow at work, and suddenly it's probably over 60 once again, which means I'm already excited when I get those CDs, because you never know what's going to be inside. Even more excited that I'm of course about vinyl. And then I get notification that Mikko A sent me a package, and I'm thinking Mikko A is probably Mikko Aspa, meaning there is probably the new Clandestine Blaze finally arriving, probably right after Christmas. So Yeah, we're living interesting days because I'm preparing for my top 10 album list of the year, and there will be very, very last minute contenders for the list. Now, worry not, if something is unable to come in time for that list, well, I will make another video maybe around June or so, where I will be discussing the so-called missed gems of 2025. So, like I mentioned yesterday in the stream, it hasn't been that great of a year in terms of albums, but quite many solid albums, around 8 out of 10, and so it's interesting because last minute something like that Blood Red Throne, which I mentioned, that Malefic Throne also came late November and all that stuff. So a lot of good late albums have been arriving here very, very recently. So that's, in my opinion, very interesting. About the question regarding Arcosland and Belphegor, well, my experience with Arcosland is very thin. I remember it was probably late 90s or very early 2000s, probably late 90s, when I heard the debut album Galloping to the Battlefields by Arcosland, and I felt like this is more like just not that good kind of a mellow death. And later on, I would learn, yeah, it's also like this kind of a very racist band and kind of a NSBM adjacent, but with mellow death instead of black metal. Now, why I can totally ignore the lyrical content, the ideology, and all that stuff, but for sure, it really doesn't help if the themes are like kind of a crappy, in my opinion, and then it is something like very mid mellow death. So, to be honest, I never bothered to check out the band anymore after that because it wasn't good and the themes didn't really resonate with me. I mean, it's different when the band is something like it's different when it's band like, say, I'm on a mob, which I'm like bound to like just because I like Viking themes and it's catchy as fuck. But Arcosland always felt like, it's not that great. Now, a few years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, one of the guys actually contacted me, was asking if I want to review them, and I was like, sure, if you want to send the stuff, of course I will review and give the band another chance. But after the initial contact by this bandmate, nothing really happened, so I guess they forgot to send me that stuff, and so I never got back to more Arcosland stuff. So like I said, and I wanted to give you background, my experience with Arcosland is very, very limited for that sense. Now, talking about Belphegor, I think it's more of a live band than album band. I always felt like there's something missing. Basically, it's right up my alley, being the combination of death and black metal, fast and aggressive and all that stuff. But I don't know. I don't remember a single Belphegor album that I would have been, very enthusiastic about. So it's always been like an okay band, but nothing more than that. And I guess you're talking about Freedom Rock donating something for the channel. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, when I'm gaming, I don't really see those notifications about donations, so I just have to assume that you did what you did, and of course I'm very thankful. Thank you for that. So don't consider me like I'm ignorant when it comes to these donations and whatever. It's not like I don't want to be thankful. Of course I am. But the funny thing is, I don't see the notifications. I only see what you comment here. And I don't even see who is online. That's the downside of streaming with PlayStation 5, is that I only see you guys when you say something. Like, I don't know at the moment how many people are online, or I mean, I know the amount roughly. This would say now 7 people are viewing or 10 people are viewing, but I don't know who they are unless you comment. So there's a little bit privacy thing for you people, just for you to know. So, okay, back to game for a bit. I wanted to make these 2 viewpoints today because now I get to see the whole map here for this particular area, because I'm about to finish this area, so I want to get a little bit of these places, so it's easier for me to go through these places and get them, finished at some point. So I'm just, doing a little bit marking on the map, because eventually, obviously, I want to move on to the last area in the game and get it all sorted out here too. All right. I think I made all the important markdowns.
Steel Comad boots tomorrow day. Steel is the brand, not material.
That sounds cool, J-Killers. Glad to hear that you got your new boots. Now for me, I actually told the missus that I would actually need new combat boots as well. So I hope to get them for Christmas present. Now, I don't much celebrate, Christmas beyond kids. But I mean, since we have this thing going on, we give presents. Obviously, I was like, if you're gonna get me something, at least get me something useful like new boots. So let's hope that is actually something that is happening. All right. Where should I go in order to explore the area? Probably not here, because I'm anyway being hunted. Yeah, whiskey time. Glad for reminding me. I still have some nice Glenmorangie, 18 years old. This was a bottle that if I remember correctly, I think I bought it this year Nordic Metal Cruise, which was in February. And now I'm very soon about to be finished with the bottle. So, trying to get it all sorted out, meaning emptying the thing. I have a Christmas box here. Yay. This is wild. I haven't even been checking out what I have here in my inventories.
Drinking some Johnny Walker Blue Label a friend gave me. It's not my favorite, but it's a very nice gift.
Yeah, Blue Label is actually quite expensive too.
When you come to Hyvinky, you should visit the Crafters Pub that is like 70 meters from the festival. Very nice and has wiki and some nice beer.
Yeah, I've been to the Crafters Bar. I think it's a nice place for sure. Too bad it's just they close way too early. So, like for example, last time we were supposed to go there and it was already closed. So there's that. God damn, where is that parcel that was?
single malt or Kentucky bourbon for life?
Yeah, I'm a single malt guy myself. And here it is, the final one. Okay, so this was from the Assassin's Creed Shadows team. Interesting. It's a nice special item from the Assassin's Creed team. So cool. All right, I'm gonna see if I can upgrade some parts of the hideout, and then I will go back. Damn, already out of wood. I think I have the...
I was going to save the blue label for company, but I ran out of my Four Roses single malt. That's my usual. The others we have are more like drunk places. They have like one beer and small repertoire of drinks.
Yeah, J Killers, I've been to many bars in Hyvinkää. Okay, so there's nothing for me at the moment in this place, so I guess I'll go back adventuring. Four Roses, you know, that there was a funny story. Once upon a time I went to this bar, and because of the bartender knew my name is Jerry, and he was asking me, do I know what whiskey Jerry Cotton drinks? And I'm like totally clueless, I have no fucking idea. Like, why would I know that what's going on in the Jerry Cotton song?
My father is friend with the owners of the bars.
Now, this Jerry Cotton song is something like, you know, I don't know if it's originally Finnish song or if it's a translated song. Anyhow, they sing in that song that Jerry Cotton, the secret agent, is actually drinking Four Roses. And I was like, okay, I have no idea. So it was more like a funny anecdotal thing. And I was like, okay, never actually had Four Roses whiskey. I mean, I know the brand and all, but I never had it myself. But yeah, that the bartender knew my name, and they knew what Jerry Cotton is drinking according to that song. So I was like, all right, live and learn.
Have you been to Italy?
Have I been to Italy? Yes, I have been to Italy 3 times in my life. First time when I was something like 11, we went to Rimini, and also visited...
They single malt is good. It's a higher quality bourbon, but nothing too fancy.
Yeah, it sounds good, like good to me, Freedom Frog. I actually like bourbon. Some people don't consider American whiskey is good because, hey, it's American whiskey, they don't know how to do it. And I'm like, fuck you, there are plenty of good American whiskeys. No, anyway, so when I was something like 11, we went to Rimini and also San Marino during that trip. And that was my first trip to Italy. Now, when I was... What do you mean, Sir Damien? First, never played this game. Does it what? I'm not sure what you were asking.
Compared to Red Dead Redemption.
Well, no, this is very different to Red Dead Redemption. I mean, both are open world games with storytelling, But no, these are quite different. I just happen to like open world games with storyline, but I wouldn't compare. Um, Red Dead Redemption is story-wise very different, and of course it's about.
We had Airbnb on the countryside and we visited Milano, Como, Lico and Monza and I was on the San Siro football stadium. It's so cool.
Very nice, Regulars. Oh, now that you mentioned, I've been actually 4 times to Italy. So the first time was when I was 11, visited San Marino, and hold on. And then there was also Venice. So I got to actually visit 2 countries on the first go to Italy. Now the second trip was when I was with my first girlfriend, and I was traveling with her and her parents, and then we went to.
My favorite game is No Man's Sky. Unsure if you know it. Space survival and exploration.
Yeah, I played No Man's Sky. I played it when it was quite new and it was so buggy. I played it a few weeks, but didn't like it too much. But I liked how it reminded me of, games like Elite, which was one of my favorite games as a kid. No, anyway, talking about Italy. So my second time was with this girlfriend and girlfriend's parents. We went to Sicily, which was a nice place. We could go to Mount Etna, which is, as people probably know, biggest or one of the biggest volcanoes on Earth. So that was also very nice. And the third time was a few years ago. Fuck, they're already making an alarm here. So fuck, I'm wanted. I wanted to skip the whole thing because fuck me. I am not totally like fully in the. Yeah, we used to live nearby Fuengirola with the family. I guess I really can't focus on the comments now because I. So my third time was to Milano or Milan a few years ago when our daughter was quite young, and now last year, about a year ago in September, we went to Rome, which is a magical city in my opinion. Colosseum is definitely one of the best places ever I've visited. So I've been to many of those bigger cities in Italy, different territories and all, and I guess I can say I like Italy, especially because I love historical places.
Fuengirola is fun place. There is Jetro Rustic Kebab shop.
Yeah, we lived nearby Fuengirola for 6 months, but I didn't want to visit that kebab shop by Pietro because why would I? There are so much better Spanish food. Spanish food in general is very good. I just suck. This is like so bad what I'm doing here. I don't even know what the fuck I'm supposed to do in this game anymore. I'm just like provoking attacks from left and right and everything seems to suck. Just, I don't know why I'm today so bad at this. I don't even care if I like die right now because I just feel so stupid, you know, at the moment. Oh, I'll just fucking load the game. I don't even want to have this alarm and all. I'm like, getting me just annoyed here, really. I'd rather backtrack a little bit and have it more funny way than trying to battle through those enemy forces. But yeah, we lived only a few kilometers.
I was there once for the meme and they have beers from those large glass boots.
No, I don't have zero interest in Yetro's kebab places, to be honest. Okay, it's still, this load game didn't work either, so I'm gonna take one down more. But I mean, like, why would I eat kebab in Spain when most of the food is just so much better than Finnish kebab? Besides that, Yetro guy is quite annoying, so I have zero interest to support his company. All the food in Spain I have eaten is basically better than some Finnish kebab.
There as joke. How old is your daughter, Jerry? I'm dealing with a crazy 15-year-old these days. It's a fun time but gets stressful.
Freedom for a guy here, I can imagine how stressful it is with a teenage daughter. Mine is 11 now, so still more, you know, about playing with toys and stuff, but it's easy to see already those certain pre-teen things kicking in. So while we're not exactly talking about boys and all that stuff, I mean, you can see certain...
Enjoy it, my friend.
Yeah, you can still see certain patterns in life, like, okay, I'm like, I can guess where this is going to lead to and, you know, all that stuff, so...
Oh?
Okay, I'm gonna save the game right now. Okay, I can't. Okay, I'm not going to kill everybody in this place. I just want to kill the Daishos and...
dad a lot more than my mom.
But yeah, that's a typical thing, you know, K-Killers. It's kind of expected at your age too.
For sure. I let her do pretty much whatever she wants. That's how you learn, in my opinion.
Okay, again, I'm getting into trouble in this game.
I would always say that kid has favorite parent even if he or she doesn't say that he has.
Probably so, and those things also change depending on the situations and all that stuff.
All four of my parents drove me insane.
I guess that's kind of a given, in a way.
I was raised by two different families.
Yeah, I was about to ask why did you have four parents, but I figured out I'm not gonna get too personal unless you wanna share with it with us.
My dad is much more like Abel than my mom. That's why my dad seems to know everyone in the town and my mom has couple friends.
Yeah, but people are like very different personalities in so many ways. You know, things rarely are as simple as they are in a way.
My biological dad is in prison for life, the other one died, and my biological mother is a lunatic grinning face with smiling eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Freedom Frog. I mean, just tell me if I'm asking too much, but I mean, what did your dad do if he's like prison for life? Like, did he murder someone or whatever? Whatever? I mean, if I'm not totally mistaken about,
Murder.
yeah, I was asking like, if I'm not totally mistaken, you don't get sentenced like that in the States unless you murder someone, like first degree. Sounds crazy. So were you adopted or something?
I was, yes.
All right. Adoption can be a cool thing. And it seems like you become like a decent human being despite of your hardships.
Do you know the camping chairs with the mug holder?
Yeah, Chegulars, I do. What about them?
Let's practice, Jerry. I like the people I like. They are comfy AF.
Yeah, you're right about Freedom Frog. It doesn't come easy. But I'm happy that you made it and that shit is not controlling your life and all that stuff. I mean, many other people would probably have become vengeful, hateful, resentful people because of the background you just described.
Should I pull all-nighter?
What do you mean, J-Killers?
I usually do killers.
Again, they're like trying to do this stuff.
Not go to sleep.
Oh, you mean that? No, I don't recommend it, but I mean, if you can handle it, I mean, it's of course up to you. Okay, whiskey time for things to cool down. I managed to stop them doing the alarm.
Cheers.
I mean, most of the time, this stealth and assassination is very much fun, but
chairs are very comfy.
sometimes this just takes so much time and all. The good thing is when it gets to more like routine is that I can just talk with you guys and not stress so much about the game, because game is not supposed to be stressful at all, of course. But just bombing the shit out of this fucking die show. And that was actually a misclick.
私が戦うはこの地の安寧のため。
Hello.
Hello, Black Widow. How are you doing? Another.
I enjoy these little streams. I think I'd get along with you guys in real life. Not that this isn't real life.
But yeah, I agree, Freedom Frog, because I think once you've been talking to people long enough, you kind of know if they are, you know,
one of the camping chair for Steelfest.
You know, if they're right up your alley with the talks and all that stuff. So I'm pretty convinced that we would have good talks in real life too, because it's not like we are faking our personalities here. I mean, if I didn't like, talking to you guys and all, I simply wouldn't, do these streams and talk to you. I mean, I could still stream the games, but for sure I wouldn't, do them with voice on and all that stuff if I didn't want to, interact with you people. So for me, these are fun because I don't consider you people like black mass of audience, like as if you're just names on the internet. Obviously, over time, when I'm talking to people on the stream, people on Rauta's Discord or whatever, that's I think where real kind of friendly relationships start. So yeah, for sure, this is different than real life, but not that different. And I'm talking as a guy who actually had first internet date in 1996. So what I'm saying here is when people actually get to know one another, it's not that different, whether we're talking about real life, talking online or whatever. So lots of my friendships over the decades have, started because of interesting online conversations. And this was way before the voice chats existed.
I'm not available for a date, Jerry.
Funny guy. But you know what I'm talking about, So my point here is if even dates can happen, of course friendships can happen too. So I mean, dating someone over the internet, that's a little bit harder than becoming friends online to having mutual interests and chemistry and all that stuff. Hey, nice to see you again as always. Fuck you guys. I don't mean
Black
you
Widow,
people.
I like your type.
You know Black Widow. He just said he likes your pussy. That's so. I don't know if that's nice or what, but that's kind of a confusing.
My friend encounters Strice and I play games with him almost weekly or daily.
Oh no! I'm just about to die here.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, but you like. You said like the cat. I mean, is it Pussycat exactly the cat?
Rolling on the floor laughing. Yes, you said. Grinning face with smiling eyes.
Yeah, Cherry likes some wordplay. Cherry likes some wordplays. Na 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 na. Hey, if that hurricane make that children tune into a song, I can fucking hum to it. You know what I'm talking about here? Dee 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 dee.
So fluffy, right? That's very cute, Jerry.
Nobody ever called me cute. But hey, first time for everything, right?
Yes, so much hair.
Now we're talking about hairy pussies. What the fuck? I mean, I thought we were just supposed to have normal Assassin's Creed night,
Back to 2 millimeters.
Assassin's Creed Shadow streaming, and suddenly we are talking about them hairy pussies here. So weird. So unexpected.
Things happen.
Yeah, and cats are great anyway, so. I used to think that I'm more of a cat person than a dog person, but turns out I like them both equally. I think I'm gonna save the game now, because if things go south, I don't have to go back.
Two of them, Diego and Fenris. My cat Freya is watching the stream with me. She's my favorite.
That's nice, Freedom Frog,
Jerry
Anna.
is hairy and
Nice
busy, you
name.
could say.
Jerry is hairy and busy. I don't know about me being that hairy. I mean, I do have a little bit of chest hair, but I'm not exactly a very hairy person.
Well, Loki is the bull.
So both are named after Viking gods. Very nice.
Just not on his head. My cat is just named Sarah.
Yeah, Zara is a typical name for a girl, but I have nothing but bad experiences with girls such as name it Zara.
And my last cat was named Bill and he slept in Karjala beer case. Black metal people usually have cats in my observation. I have a few snakes too.
Yeah, many do have cats, but there are lots of people who have dogs too. But in general, you know, a lot of metal people do have pets, that for sure. Like I remember the Behexen vocalist.
My dog Lucifer was a menace.
He had dog and snakes, if I remember correctly. I think he had like boa snakes. Over here, there are rats, chickens, or hens, and a rooster to be exact. God damn it, don't you dare! Fuck! No, not again! Not that fucking alarm!
Snake in the compound. My pet rat passed away. He was awesome.
I hate when these... Actually, I want to now go back to that save game thing which I mentioned.
I'm more dogs and birds kind of person, but I like cats and pretty much all the other animals too.
Yeah, I could say I like most animals, but I don't like mosquitoes. I'm not a big fan of spiders. But most animals, yeah.
At Freedom Frog 333 snakes and reptiles are cool.
Yeah, reptiles and snakes are very, very nice. I used to have lizards with one of my ex-girlfriends, and with another one I had a snake and rats.
I love crows. I had one I used to interact with for years. It was a wild bird, but it was my friend.
Oh, that's cool, Freedom Frog. I met this guy from Scotland. First time in Scotland, but also I met him in Athens because
Oh, would be cool.
he's a good friend with with the guy who organizes
Our smart smiling face.
these gigs, and he has like you know those
Very
seagulls
intelligent for sure.
as pets, and it used to be a wild seagull, but he somehow managed to tame one. He even sent me a picture of this seagull he had managed to tame, and it was really cool.
A lot of birds observe people in their environment and get to know their personalities. If they decide you're cool, they may interact.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, time to move on and try to kill these fucking daishos.
And black faith split.
I'm not sure. I think I reviewed it.
No, but it sounds awesome, killers. In Ghana we had so many lizards in the house. They weren't pets exactly, but we let them stay.
That's very cool, Freedom Frog. So what did you do in Ghana? I mean, were you like a kid there or whatever?
I taught English and set up an end system in a tribal village.
Oh, that's very nice.
In the Rauta region. Rauta Lake is the largest man-made lake in the world, I believe.
That's cool. Goddamn, time really flies. I have to be going soon because, once again, wake up call in about 8 hours. But now I don't wanna leave this place unfinished since I'm so far up ahead in this castle. I wanna kind of nail it today. So how did you end up in Ghana? I mean, it's not your typical place for a lot of foreigners, a lot of, American or Europeans for that matter.
I went through a volunteer program but ended up staying by myself for a few years. I lived with a ganja farmer.
Okay, that's wild. Very cool. It's always cool, in my opinion, always interesting when people end up going to different countries, strange cultures and all, because it's really something that teaches a lot about life. I think it's always wild and highly interesting when people do that, like move out of their home countries and experience life. Now I'm out of here of this fucking place.
Very welcoming people and simple living. I love it there.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm really happy that you went through it all.
Dangerous sometimes, but beautiful.
I don't know, but it sounds very fascinating, for sure. Alright, and now I think I'm out of here. I don't want to chase all the chests and whatever nonsense. Nonslater is pretty cool, but I mean, it's one of those bands that is also, in my opinion, more enjoyable as a live band, I guess. Most of the releases are split releases, so they don't have many albums out really.
It's a fun band.
Yeah, I interviewed Nonslaughter at Steelfest. Was it the last year? Not this year for sure, but I was thinking, was it 2023 or 24? Yeah, it will be a challenging discography to go through once I get that far. As you can imagine. I don't think if I have mentioned it here on these gaming streams, but the plan is to do retrospective videos of all the bands I have interviewed. And well, it's going to get tricky because I have already done over 200 interviews. So it's gonna take time. Let me put it this way.
That sounds great. Lots of work though.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm currently doing these retrospectives for bands I interviewed in 2017. I mean, I didn't start it in like chronological order. Like one of the first retrospective videos which I did was, in fact, uh, Cannibal Corpse, and you know, let me see. I'm trying to figure out what I need to buy here. And of course, I didn't do Cannibal Corpse interview as the first one. It was something like 2019. Then I did a couple of more retrospectives like Azaghal. Well, there was an excuse to do Azaghal retrospective because I had already been listening to them for my Finnish black metal series. And then I figured after a few retrospectives that maybe I should do them in the same order I've done, the interviews. Like I did retrospective video about Carpathian Forest early on, and that was actually the first band. I think it was the first band I interviewed. So later on, I was figuring out, hey, maybe, just maybe, I should be doing those retrospective, starting from the bands that I have done first. So then I decided to go to the first year, that is 2017, when Rauta started, and earlier I did something like from 2017. So of course, all of those bands interviewed, I have done already a few retrospectives. Like I mentioned, Cannibal Corpse, Carpathian Forest, Azaghal, and a few others. I even did Amon Amarth retrospective, even though I haven't interviewed them. So, like I said, the idea came to me a little bit later to do those retrospective bands which I have interviewed. So now I'm focusing on that. And currently I'm doing a Rotten Sound retrospective because I interviewed them, I think, in 2017. Tuska. Could have been 2018, I'm not really sure. But I think it was 2017. And then I will be doing a Sabaton retrospective, which is fitting because they just got a new album out recently. So it's kind of irrelevant at the moment. But I know most people will be, what the fuck? How are you talking about Sabaton? I thought you were all about black metal and death metal, and now you're doing this kind of a power heavy metal and stuff. But yeah, it's cool to go out of the normal boundaries, not just focus on all that stuff. And about my height, J Killer, since you asked, I'm 173 centimeters or 174, something like that. I mean, it changes with the age, but that's about the height I am. So yeah, I'm not a tall guy, but I make up for that by talking a lot and being intense. spending some coin on some crafting materials so I can upgrade my hideout once I'm there.
Centimeters here.
God damn, Liquid Widow, you're a tall one.
地元と海の向こうの品があるよ。
Looking forward to the retrospective. My name is Jeff if you prefer that.
That's cool, Jeff. Nice to know you by your real name.
Yes. Mine is Valentine.
Valentine. Bloody Valentine.
6'3", I'm American, so I don't know the metric system as well as I should. So we have a literal
6'3" is something like 187 centimeters, I think.
Nice to meet everyone officially.
Yeah, my name is Jerry, if nobody knew already.
"毎度どうもありがとう。
Cute moment, smiling face.
Yeah, cute moment just for me to say good night, people, and all that stuff, because I really have to go. Wake up call in less than 8 hours. I need again a beautiful prince.
76 of my hay is calculated to 187.
So, good people.
Good night, everyone.
Would have been nice to talk to more to you, but time flies and I gotta fucking bounce. Probably streaming tomorrow again if nothing spectacular happens. As it is, I'm still quotation marks sick leave for another day from the gym.
Bye, take care.
So I can't go to the gym, so I will be gaming. That's my excuse. Now, catch you later. Catch you probably tomorrow, though I have to watch NFL game before any streaming. My team is playing at the moment, but I cannot watch it the direct. So I have to watch it tomorrow. But yeah, good night, people, and it was nice to get to know Tia, Valentine, Jeff, and the rest of you people. But see you later, and off we go. Good night.